Hey, friends. Good morning. Ooh, okay. It is a really gross morning for us. It's been actually a really gross past week now. Tons of rain to the point where like our ground can't even absorb all of this water. And the fog is crazy to the point where I can't even see my chickens in my front yard. And they're just right there. Actually, I can see them right now. I can actually see my neighbor's house at this point. But for the past week on and off, I have not even been able to see my neighbor's house. And every time the dog goes out, she just gets soaked because it's just standing water everywhere. Our pond is completely full and it's got an overflow out the back of it. Our land is actually very well graded, and our house is in no danger of ever flooding or anything. We're at the very top of our hill, and there is one hill that is higher than our house, but that hill is graded to go into our pond. And the overflow for our pond is flowing like mad. We also have a creek along the back of our property that I had never seen water in. And it's an interesting creek because it goes along the side of my property as well. But it only peaks out every once in a while. And then it joins the creek that borders the back of our property. So all of that is, you're silly. All of that is full and flowing. Did you do that on purpose? Yeah. Okay. Flowing and crazy and so much water. Hey, good morning, Ashley. Thank you so much for coming in. Good evening, Annette. Welcome. Jamie, good morning. Yeah, so much water. And I live up on the Cumberland Plateau. So I'm at like 1,500 feet above sea level. So I'll have to adjust my canning, which I have yet to do since I have moved here. But being up higher when this fog comes in, it is intense. You have a hard time seeing the lines on the street in front of you, driving up the mountain or down the mountain, because my dad is down at the water and I'm up at the top of the mountain. So like driving to and from can be really crazy. Oh, are you? So you know how the fog is. It's like, and when it comes in, like my dad can see it and he doesn't have any fog at all. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't see my swimming pool in my backyard. Here it goes. I have no idea what I was. Where I lived before, I never checked the elevation. I just knew I was below 1,000 feet, obviously, and I didn't need to adjust my canning. Thank you. That's really squeaky, baby. They can hear that. Don't do it right next to the speaker, too. Please don't. Yeah. I never knew what I was before. I just had a feeling that I was going to be over 1,000 feet here. And so I looked it up, and yeah, I'm at 1,500 feet. So yeah, we're not only on the ridge, but we are within 5 miles of the lake. So we have like a double whammy. Yeah, I mean, I never had a reason to look into it until I was canning. And then obviously when we moved to this property, I knew I was on the mountain. And I was like, I wonder how high I really am. That's kind of fun. Yeah. So now it's raining again. I had like an hour window this morning where it wasn't raining. It was just like maybe drizzling on and off for like an hour. And I ran out and I had to feed our peeps. They go through so much feed. I have to feed them every day, sometimes twice a day. I think we need to get another feeder because it's just like to manage. Is it stuck? Yeah, just let go of it, you goof. Just to manage life in this house with the 2 kids and keeping them out of danger and caring for them, and then also having to run out and care for the animals, doing it twice a day is not fun. It is getting cooler. It's not right now at all. It is 57 right now. Yesterday it was like 65 degrees. Yesterday was my dad's birthday. And I called him and I was like, has it ever been so warm on your birthday? And he's like, I don't think so. You want to say hi? See? You say hi? No.
Just want to say what?
Well, then they're going to see you. If you don't want to say hi, why do you want them to see you?
Because.
It has last week? Right before I put out the peeps. And I put out the peeps on Thanksgiving morning. Thanksgiving was like 45 degrees. That was a really nice, warm-ish day. Being from Chicago, we weren't really, maybe it was 50 degrees. I think it was 50 degrees on Thanksgiving. Not something that we're used to at all. But the week before Thanksgiving, for like a week and a half, it was like 20 degrees. And like, I was not prepared for it at all. A lot of my water lines and stuff like that are not really that deep. You're going to bash me in the face. Are not really that deep in the ground. I also don't have a heat source for my tiny house. Hey, good morning, Kathy. Thanks for coming in. They're saying hi to you. Can you say hi? So I had to keep them in that tiny house for way longer than I wanted to. They were all feathered out. It was like mania in that tiny house. And we had a net over our brooder to keep them from flying out. But I had to undo that net to get in there to get their food and water. And it was like, they would see me and they would like prepare. And then I'd open it up and it was like jailbreak, and everyone would try to like fly away and fly out, and especially those guineas. So I was so happy to get them out, but that was the coldest that, like, I talked to the neighbors and everything, and everyone was like, this is not normal at all. We don't get this cold until like January or February. And it's maybe for like a day or two. And it was like 20 something degrees for a week and a half. And I had a bunch of basil out that I had just brought from my dad's house. And I kept pushing it off. I'm like, I need to just chop this before the frost comes and kills it all. Oh, thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate that. No, I don't want to play with this right now. Okay. It makes too much noise. Please don't. I said no. And then this 20 degrees came, and of course I did not chop any of my basil. So that is going to the compost and the chickens. And that was a disappointing moment for me because I knew it was all on me. I knew what I had to do, but I did not do it. So bad on me, and it is what it is. I have so much like another reason why I didn't do it is because I have so much basil. I have so much dried basil. I have some ground basil. What I was going to do was make a bunch of pesto and then freeze it. But you guys, I have no room in my freezers. We have our freezer in our house, which is like a half fridge, half freezer. So it's not a huge freezer, but that is fully stocked. Then I have a standing freezer that is completely packed. Then we had Mike's grandma's like 50-year-old chest freezer. And they were like, you don't want it. It's 50 years old. We think if we unplug it, it's never going to start again. And I was like, well, it's better than nothing. And so we had that at our house in Illinois, and that was full. And then we transported it down here and had it plugged in at my dad's house, and it was full of my stuff on top of my standing freezer that was full of stuff. And then my dad started using the chest freezer as well. Hey, welcome, Star Homestead India. Thank you so much for showing up. And then one day I went to go grab something out of there at my dad's house, and it had died at some point, and things were starting to thaw. And so it was like a mad dash to try to stuff everything into everything. And we just had to pack everything into every crevice of every freezer that we had. And then we have another standing freezer in our shed that my grandma gave us, and we've never had to use it, but we tested it out and it does work. And then we brought Mike's grandma's freezer, the one that died, and our thinking was, even if we brought it all the way down here and it broke, we would have something that was waterproof and like varmint proof and stuff like that we could put feed in. Well, it ended up getting left outside because it is a heavy, heavy freezer. And when we moved all of our stuff, it ended up getting left outside. And then this rain came, and Mike was like, well, I guess my grandma's freezer is, and we were planning on leaving it outside after it died to hold feed. And Mike's like, well, I guess it's not waterproof because it's got a bunch of rainwater in the bottom of it. And I was like, well, I guess, the fact that we lost it isn't the worst thing in the world, because if water can get in, then we were probably wasting so much electricity and losing refrigeration at probably a pretty rapid speed. Oh yeah, I mean, that is literally on my list of things to do. So that's, and it's also deer hunting season, and Mike's been hunting, but we still have in my one freezer the deer that Mike got last year. So I got to start using that up. So we actually had some chops 2 nights ago, but I got to like start making my way through that. And since you can't can pesto, or at least the way that I make it, because I make it with cheese, I don't have any room to freeze the pesto. So that's another reason why I kind of just let the basil go, because I had so much basil.
This is garbage.
You can throw it away if you want.
But there's one more piece.
Okay.
But it's in here.
I get it. So deer can be an acquired taste. Not a lot of people, like the general populace, doesn't usually eat deer in the United States, I would say. But a lot of people do. And you can find usually ground venison in most grocery stores. And I think eating it ground is the easiest way to start eating venison. That's what deer meat is called, is venison. And it's a super tender meat, but venison is also very lean. So a lot of times please stop making that sound. Thank you. When people eat venison, they will mix it with either pork or beef or something like that to get that fat content in there, or they'll mix it just with extra beef or pork fat, because there is no fat in venison. But I absolutely love nachos or tacos or anything like along those like Mexican ground meat things. My favorite tacos are venison tacos because it's so tender and it soaks up flavor really well. And then, some people can say it's gamey. It all kind of depends on how you prepare it, how it is hung, because you have to bleed the animal so that you don't have like that flavor in your meat. Oh, that's interesting. That never crossed my mind. I would still have to, I think, replace our our rubber seal, because I think that's how we're probably losing, or how water's getting in, is that seal is probably also 50 years old. They don't really, I don't know if they farm deer. I don't think that they do. The deer meat that I've seen in the grocery stores, I see a lot from New Zealand, actually. Most people that eat deer either know somebody that hunts or hunt it themselves. But I need to make room and get this old meat from last year's season out of the way, so that if he does catch something, we have somewhere to put it. Yeah, I mean, it'll last for a long time. I just don't have the room to keep it. it is definitely not a staple. No. And it's usually, you know, somebody who's a hunter or you are a hunter and you get it, you know, people that hunt sometimes give it to friends and family and things like that. And in some grocery stores, there'll be like a small section that has like duck or venison or buffalo, kind of like the more novel meats, I will call them. Because we do have like buffalo farms and stuff like that, but it's not like a meat that is readily available. Oh, no way. I will not throw out last year's meat. Absolutely not. I'm just trying to make our way through it so that, you know, as time goes on, it's not going to taste as good. Or it could get freezer burn or something. And the fact that we moved so many times, and when we moved, we took everything at its frozen state. But like when we moved from Chicago, that took us 12 hours. And so some of the things kind of started to thaw a little bit. What's wrong?
Look at that.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's a great fort, baby. So then it got refrozen and things like that. Yeah, novel meats. Yeah, that's another option too, is to make it into dog food and stuff like that. I think I would maybe wait until like if it got really freezer burned or something like that, then I would like feed it to my dog. But I have a very I don't throw things away. And that's also probably part of my problem, because I save all of my scraps, like vegetable scraps, bone scraps, meat scraps. So there's a lot of freezer bags of odds and ends, and I really need to clean out my freezer. I don't think I could eat deer meat every day either. And with this was his second deer that he got. And the first deer that he got was like a 1-year-old, maybe like a 2-year-old deer. And I processed that myself in my garage in Chicago while I was pregnant with my middle son. Because it was small enough that I could hang it in my garage. And I kind of just wanted to get my hands in there and learn how to do it. But this second deer that he got was a full-size doe, and we didn't have a place in Chicago where we could hang a full-size deer. So we brought it to a butcher and had them we had them process it for us. And we didn't know we didn't know what the cuts were. Like when I processed it, like I left one of the hindquarters and one of the shoulders intact. So like I took off the whole like shoulder blade and leg and everything. So one front leg and one back leg with like the shoulder blade and things like that I had intact. And then the other one I kind of tried to piece out, but I didn't know like what any of those cuts were called. So when we had this one butchered for us, like we got a bunch of chops and roasts, and like every pot roast, because some things were labeled pot roast, every single one of them had a bunch of bones in them. And we told them that we wanted to keep the bones. So that, because I save all my bones and everything, but every single piece of meat had the bone. Like they didn't take it off the bone and then like give us the bones. the bones were just added into every single piece of meat, basically. I am not a college goer. I am actually 36. I have 3 children. But thank you very much. Oh no, that's devastating. You know, things happen, and it's devastating. And it sucks. Lessons suck to learn. We all do it. But I can imagine that was very infuriating. You're mad at yourself. You're mad at your dog. You're mad at the world. How could I let this happen? I mean, my heart goes out to you. That really stinks. And then you lost your turkey, right? I mean, what a bummer. I'm so sorry that happened. Anti-aging. That's very kind of you. Thank you. You started over with your turkeys, you mean? Today is definitely a tea day. It's so yuck outside. So gloomy. I want to get turkeys next year. Oh, speaking of, Mike and I, so we just got these peeps, right? And they're now like 10 weeks old or something, right around that. Yeah, a board hunting dog. They can be a nuisance. We actually kind of have a problem with, they're not wild dogs. It's just everyone around me. Every house has a dog, if not 2. There's not a single house that doesn't have at least 1 dog. And most people do not leash their animals or keep them penned up or have fenced in yards or anything. Dogs are just everywhere. We've had how we met our one neighbor, her 2 livestock guardian dogs ended up in our yard. Thank God that they were friendly, because livestock guardian dogs are, protectors. You never know, are they cool with people? Are they not cool with people? But they came to our yard, and my husband was outside building our chicken tractor, and they were big Great Pyrenees dogs. And he was like, are you guys going to be friendly, or what's about to happen? But just dogs are everywhere around here. And they come into our yard quite often, but I don't remember where I was going with this. Sorry. Lost my train of thought. But we got these peeps. They're about 10 weeks old. And they're outside now in the chicken pen with our big girls, but they're living in 2 separate houses because we want the peeps to get older and the roos to get older and more dominant, because we have a couple of bully hens, and we don't want the hens to bully these young roosters. We want the roosters to be the dominant ones. So we have them in 2 separate enclosures, but we did just purchase, I think I was talking to Homestead Hustle about chicks. And we got another order for spring for another 16 birds are coming in April. We've already set our order for next year. I think I'm gonna not tell you what breeds we got. Just tell you that we got 16 birds. We'll leave that for a surprise. And I know where I was going with that. Turkeys. I want to try turkeys. Woo! Full circle there. Came back to it. Well, it's not just, yeah. I mean, I think it's just more responsible to leash your dogs if you live in like the city and you're walking, you have lots of people out in the country. I can see not leashing a dog and stuff like that. But if you're going to, like, the way that we treat our dog is, if we're not going to be out watching her for her benefit and ours, like, we don't want her. She's also not like super smart. I love her to death, but she's not super smart. We don't want her wandering off, getting lost, getting hurt. She's not very aggressive, which is a great thing, but I don't even know if she would know how to protect herself. And so if we're not going to be watching her, we keep her on a long lead. If we're outside with our eyes on her, then she can be off lead because she's with us. She listens to us. We can call her back, whatever. And the problem is that these other dogs just come and go as they please from their property. And when I bought this house, I asked the guy, do you have a problem with wild dogs or loose dogs? And have you ever seen, because I heard that up here on this ridge, we have bobcats and mountain lions and things like that. I asked him if he ever saw any of that. And he said no to both. We put out a trail cam. We caught a bobcat like in the first week that we put our trail cam out. And in the first month that we lived here, 5 different dogs came onto our property. And we're like, I asked you. Either you were completely oblivious, which I doubt, because he was a craftsman and he built our deck on our back porch. Like, he did a lot of hands-on things. He laid all this piping for our, we have water spigots all over our property. He built the deck on our back of our tiny home. Like, he was outside a lot. And he said he didn't see any of this stuff. So either he was totally oblivious or he's just a big fat fibber, right? And I'm cool with nice dogs, but it's still unnerving when you don't know an animal and they come onto your property. You're like, are you nice? Do you get along with people? Do you get along with children? Do you get along with other dogs? Are you going to try to attack my chickens? Now I have an electric fence protecting my chickens. But like, if I'm out with my children or my dog, like I said, she's not very aggressive. And she was actually with us when our back neighbor, we met his 2 pit bulls, and she's part pit bull, but she's only 60 pounds. These pit bulls are like 100+ pounds. And we were on a family walk. So it was me and Mike and our 3 kids. I'm carrying the baby, and she was with us. And they live across the creek from us. And the one had no problem jumping over. Oh, hey, Janice, welcome. I saw you come in and I meant to say hi. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for coming in. That dog had no problem jumping over the creek and like coming over onto our side. And she was humongous. And I was terrified for our family's sake. It wasn't 160. It was 100 pounds, at least 100 pounds. But there was 2 of them. And like 2 of any kind of dog, they could do some damage to you. and she did not aggress them. She didn't even like try to get in between us. Like the dogs seemed friendly and they weren't like growling at us or anything, but it was still like really scary. And we were finally able to like scare the one off and back onto her side of the creek and go home. But she's not a protector. I don't think. We've said, unfortunately, hey Stephen, thanks so much for coming in. We said that probably the best thing that she is going to be for us is a distraction if something comes into our yard, because she would probably be our bait in order for us to get away if it was something that we were really concerned about. Hey, Handicapped Traveler, thank you so much for coming in. I did post the link to StreamYard if anyone wants to join me. I would love to chat with people. I mean, I actually wanted to say thank you to Janice because I was on her live Tuesday morning and something she said really resonated with us, or with me. At the end of her live, she was saying how important her YouTube followers were to her. And because she is, and also Kathy, I was on her roundup last Friday and she asked if I had anybody helping me with videos or, doing the YouTube thing. And I said no, because Mike doesn't do any of the videos, or he does the projects, but he doesn't want to make videos or record videos or anything like that. But then Janice was also talking about how she does most of all the homesteading herself during the day while her husband works. And that's kind of how it is here with me too. Like I take care of the land, I take care of the house, I take care of the animals, I take care of the kids, I take care of the food, I take care of everything while my husband is working. And she was saying how important you guys are all to her. And you could hear it in her voice. And it was very touching because I felt the same way. And now moving here, I love where we live. I love where, hey, I love that we're rural. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
I love that we're rural. That was the point of moving here, but I literally see my boys all day long. And I have neighbors. They're nice people. Are you? I think I'm muted on mine. You muted on yours?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Make sure I don't have any other tabs open. I'll just close that tab.
Okay. But yeah, I feel isolated sometimes, and it's like it's nice to see people. Hello.
There, I just clicked my echo cancellation and turned. So I've been playing with different audio settings for our 24-hour Christmas stream we have coming up, Christmas music. So I was playing with the echo thing because stereo sound, you can't have them both. So is the echo gone now that I clicked my? Okay, that's all.
Yeah,
so I know that works. I just wanted to pop on for a minute and say hi. I'm still so tickled that you were on the show on Friday. And for anybody watching, including you, Amanda, I still would love for you guys to send us some clips or photos or your favorite Christmas recipes or stories or gifts you've received for our Christmas project. We're still working to put together a compilation video that will go out before Christmas. If you're a content creator, you get a shout out if you're in the video. And we just want to spread some holiday cheer by letting people share their memories and traditions and special to them at Christmas time. You just upload files to our Google Drive. So it can be, again, a video, a photo, a typed out or written out story, if you want to take a picture of a piece of paper even, and I'm happy to read things to include you in the video. But we do have a little handful of submissions now, and I'm just really excited. If this project goes like I think it will be, this will be a tradition for us every year. So
That's awesome. Actually,
Great.
Kathy, would you mind? I'm going to go grab the baby. He just woke up. If you want to tell how people could get to that Google Drive,
yes,
if they
I
wanted
can.
to.
I
Thank you so
can.
much.
So we do have a video. If you go to our homepage, the featured video, you know, a lot of people will have their little intro video there on their homepage. Our featured video in that spot right now is the RKR Christmas Project 2022 informational video. So it just gives you an idea of the kind of content we're looking for. And then in the description of the video is the link for the Google Drive. And it's relatively simple. Google Drive, you can drag and drop files into the little folder. So once you click on the link, it takes you to the folder, and then you just drop your images or your video or your scanned, PDF files, whatever it is you've got that you want me to see and include in the video. And then, of course, all the fine print is in the description as well. So we can't infringe on copyright. If you have a song, if you're musically inclined and you'd like to sing or play a song even, or just share a list of your favorite Christmas songs and why they're special to you, or anything that has to do with Christmas, if you'll watch that video, I don't know if I can post links in your chat, Amanda, so I can't post the link for the Google Drive, but if you go to that video, it has the instructions there. I'm kind of tickled because we've even, and it's not limited to subscribers or channel members. Anyone that happens upon that video or would like to share some holiday cheer by submitting something is welcome to do it. And we have received a couple of submissions even from people that I didn't even know their names until they sent me, something for the video. So I know people are seeing my videos that I don't even know about.
That's so cool.
And feel free to share the video as well. Or if you think your viewers or subscribers might like to participate.
Sure, absolutely.
And just again, be sure if you send me something
Go put some
that
pants on.
you let me know also, like who you are. Do you have a channel? Because some of the files may be coming from some place where I can't tell who it is, or it's your personal account name on it, and I don't know who your channel is. So I'd love to also use it as an opportunity to promote some good channels. So if you're going to submit something to me, be sure to send me a note and let me know who you are and what you sent me, so that we can be sure we credit you properly. And again, I'm just excited about what it looks like in my head before we have it all done. So if it's even halfway as cool as I think it's going to turn out, it's going to be a really neat little video. So you guys participate in that. I'm amazed right now that I've talked this long already and the dogs are not barking. So
Okay, sorry.
three
I
dogs.
knew today was going to be crazy with trying to go live because I live with children, right? So you never know what's gonna
Yeah.
you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, my
And the baby
dogs
woke
are
up,
like
and then I have a potty training 2-year-old that was on the toilet when I went to go pick up the baby, and I'm like,
I'm
real?
going to pop out though in case someone else wants to come on, but please do check that out. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone. We appreciate all of you as well, and I will see you. I'm going to stay in the chat, obviously, and I'll just post a link with the name of that video that you're looking for if for some reason YouTube is being weird and you don't see it when you go to the homepage.
Awesome.
But
Thank
be
you
blessed.
so much.
Much love to everyone from Rich Cat Ranch, and I will see you guys around the YouTube universe.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks.
All right. Oh, hold on. Let me hide.
Wow.
There we go. Star Homestead India. Hello. I'm so
Hi.
happy to put a face to the name. I'm not going to lie at all. I have no time to watch YouTube. I have Disney playing 100% of the time.
I can understand.
So please tell me about yourself.
I'm new to this homesteading.
What is your name?
My name is Revant.
Raven. So nice
Yes.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah.
And so you're just starting to try to
Yeah.
what
Past,
what are you trying to do right now?
Actually, I'm a teacher. I teach English as secondary language in my country.
Oh, that's
Um,
fantastic.
yes. Right now, we don't have the schools open yet. I mean, they have been up, but they've been shut down again. So I
Okay.
teach online. So I thought, okay, why can't I move to somewhere remote location and start homesteading? So I did this,
Oh,
and
that's so awesome.
yeah, it's been 2 years. But on YouTube, I just
Thank you.
been for an year, so I'm still learning.
Are you gardening?
Yes, I raise chickens. I have chickens, turkeys. I also have budgies, Australian budgies. Have you heard of them?
I have
Little-
not. No.
Okay, they're little parrots. They keep them as pets. In
Oh,
my
okay.
city, the people love to keep them as pets a lot. So I grow them and breed them and sell them. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
yeah.
So lots of birds.
Lots of birds. Yeah.
Awesome.
Um, well, three kittens have adopted me, so it's other way around. They came in and they started living here in
That's
my
fun.
home and in the barn. Um, I don't have dogs yet. I'm planning to get some. Um, what else? Yeah, I have a garden. I grow a lot of vegetables. Right now, I'm doing flowers because it is winter season. It's very cold. So I got this cap on for that. Yeah, I also have rabbits. Almost forgot.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you got a lot of animals. That's awesome. You got way more than I do.
Yeah, but it's new. It's all new. It's all trial and error. I have learned a lot from YouTube. The YouTube channels that I
As
follow.
I'm sure most people have. That's where I've learned a lot of stuff too, right?
Yes. So I'm also learning about your country, people in your country, the real you, not the ones that we see on media, like in the news
Right.
channels.
Yeah. And I
There's a
would
lot
see
of
how that would
difference.
be I can see how YouTube would be a very beneficial thing for someone like yourself who is trying to teach English as a
Oh yeah.
second language, getting
Mhm.
to see how we like react to
Actually,
things in real
converse.
life, you know, real
Exactly.
true emotion or interaction and things like that, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not
That's really
the ones
cool.
that are scripted in movies and TV series and all. Those are all made up. This is actually real. So I get to see a
Yeah.
lot of real people and real Americans and other country from South Africa, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, Jen,
Yep.
welcome. Thank you so much for posting people's links. That's so helpful. Come on up, Jen. Let's hear about you doing your Vlogmas, not Vlogmas.
This is
Don't
a
know what that's
virtual
all.
background. Yes, Rich Cat. Yes, it is. It's virtual background. Yeah.
Yeah, those backgrounds are fun, but then like the how
Yeah,
how
if
it
I
makes
move,
little
yeah, you can
yeah,
see stuff.
it's kind of weird
Yeah,
sometimes.
it is weird.
Hi, baby.
So I
Uh,
just stopped your channel recently. I still have to watch a lot of videos on your channel, Bare Bones.
oh,
Thought
thank
I could
you.
actually, yeah. So the whole family is into homesteading, or I don't know, how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to teach my boys how to garden. They're always out, you know. Like I said, I'm home with the kids, so whatever I'm doing, they're doing it with me. Except my son, my oldest is in school,
Oh wow, okay.
but the two littles are with me doing whatever I'm doing. So whether they want to or not, that's candy that we're not going to eat. It fell out of the cabinet.
Great.
But and then yes, my husband is he likes this whole homesteading life,
Mm-hmm.
and he helps me do what he can when he's home, but he has to, you know, work and things like that. He would love to be able to work from home. That's a goal for one day. But yeah, I mean, we still need money to pay for our house and
Obvious.
healthcare and, you know, all the things. So,
Okay. Great.
but everybody, we moved out here. We just actually bought this place in October. So we've We've only been doing this for we homesteaded on our suburban property as well.
Okay.
But we just moved here and started it on a big scale, and it is a totally blank slate. So we have a lot of content coming up about how we're making it the way that we want to make it. So I'm going to be establishing all my own garden beds.
Mhm.
All my. Are you all right? Come here. Thank you so much. Dirt Road Destiny Homestead.
Yeah.
I am not
Congratulations.
familiar with you. Hello. Thank you so much for coming. Did you fall and hit your head? Yeah, because you're being crazy. Mm-hmm.
Your children will learn a lot by the time they grow up because they're growing up on the farm. They'll learn a lot of responsibilities, stuff like that. It's far better than living in a city and growing up in a city. I mean, just my opinion, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it coming, Janice, and I just sometimes you just got to let it happen. Because this kid is a maniac, and he was tipping backwards on his chair, and I knew he was going to fall over and bonk his head, but you only bonk your head so many times before you stop tipping your chair over. Right? Sometimes we got to learn that lesson. Sometimes we have to bonk our head. Are you going to do it again? I bet you are. All right.
Okay, thank you for letting me to come up here. I
Yeah,
also have a live at 9:30, so I'm gonna leave. Just prepare, get something to eat. It's almost night here, so.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming. It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Now, at least you're waving. All right. Let me see here. I have missed out on this. Let me scroll back up. Yes, thank you so much. This is something that we have been working for the past 5 years, and we were finally able to do it. It came at unfortunate times in our economy, and the market has been absolutely nuts. And we paid a lot for this property, probably double what it was worth. But we're here and we're going to make it work. And it's everything that we were hoping that it was going to be and more. You're new to YouTube. Well, welcome. Do you have a name that we can call you, or do you just want to stay Dirt Road Destiny Homestead? So great to meet you. Let me see. Ow, that's my toe, kid. All right. Oh, man, I got to get the baby. Oh. So the baby is 9 months old now. He turned 9 months yesterday. And he is standing by himself periodically. He's going to be walking soon. I see. Homestead Aquarius. Hey, did I say hi to you? Sorry about that. That's funny. Oh, there you go. Your name is Destiny. Look at that. Well, welcome, Destiny. So nice to meet you. I was not that up on the comments. Sorry about that. Yes, it was crazy, but we did it. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I mean, I know, right? 9 months already. He's getting so big. I can't believe how fast. How fast. Yes, they do. What am I excited to grow next season? Okay, so another little tidbit of information that I can give you guys. Again, I won't give you the details because it'll be divulged at some point. We also like to play the I'm going to throw it on the ground and you pick it up game. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi. How old is your son? But what I'm excited to start next year is I placed an order with Stark Brothers, and I'm excited to grow and start my orchard next year. But along with that, I'm planning on growing all kinds of things. I just threw together 2 really small makeshift garden beds that I planted my onions and garlic in. That video is coming to you soon. It's one of my many videos that I have made and are just need editing and posting. And the rain to stop because I did it right as this big storm was coming in, and I got it done in breaks. And I haven't been able to film the end of the video because it has been straight rain for the past 3 days, maybe even a week. I don't even know. It's just been so much. And so that video will be coming, but I don't have any garden beds. So I want to grow like all the things. Let me see. I just got in a vehicle. Yes. So I have been doing a lot of things lately. When we got that vehicle, that was in July. And then, this kid is so good at pressing. Oh God, what did you press? Pressing buttons. I don't know how he gets to these things. So we got that vehicle in July. We also sold our house in July and packed it all up in pods. And hey, no buttons, man. No buttons. And then we moved the end of July to Tennessee from Illinois. And we lived with my dad for 2 months. And all of our stuff was in pods. And then we found this home and we closed October 7th. And then we moved from my dad's house to this house. And then we found out that pods would not deliver to this house because it's up on the mountain and it was in a undeliverable zip code, even though it's only 5 miles from my dad's house. So we had to then rent another moving truck to go get all of our furniture and like our dishes and like all the things that we didn't need at my dad's house was in our pods, 2 pods worth. And we had to unload our pods, load it into trucks and bring it all here. And that was a feat in itself. And I was just now feeling ready to go live. I feel like my life is a little bit more on track. Also, my son started kindergarten in August. So like things have been happening. Lots has been going on. I think I posted one video in October. I think I posted maybe 2 or 3 videos in November. And then it's December 8th, and I think I've already posted like 6 videos or something like that. It's just been nuts. Yes, he has grown. 2.5. Hey, yeah, same age. Well, actually, my son is going to be 3 in February, so pretty close. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up on comments now that I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. An orchard. Yes, I'm so excited. Your teeth are not falling out. So my 2.5-year-old just came up to me showing me his teeth because his older brother has lost 2 teeth now. And so he constantly thinks that his teeth are falling out. Yeah, I knew I wanted to order these back in October, and I could have gotten them in October. And my husband is like, when are you going to have time to do anything with these trees? What are we going to do with them? We don't have any place to put them. We don't have any way to protect them. You're already like going crazy trying to unpack things and get, just the regular unpacking and settling and all that kind of stuff. So he talked me out of it, and I'm really glad that he did. But I placed a pretty sizable order with Stark Brothers while they were doing their Black Friday sale. And I got a lot of fun things coming, so I'm really excited for that. And then this gives me time. I already know where I'm going to put it, but it gives us time to also get more funds because all this stuff costs money. And we need to get some kind of perimeter fencing for the orchard so that we can protect it, because we have lots of deer, which is a good thing for my husband that is a deer hunter. But it's not good for my trees and my gardens and things like that. I have to protect all of that, knowing that I have these critters that will demolish young, tender things. So I'm also starting, I started some trees from seed while I was in Chicago, and unfortunately they succumbed to our move. So like I started last January, and I tried some citrus and I tried some apples and pears, and my sons got into my seeds and they scrambled up the apples and pears, but I had 2 sprouts and I don't know if they were apples or pears. And then I had one, what I thought was a citrus, but it ended up being a pepper. And all of those things did not make our move. Like they got to my dad's and they got neglected, and that was the end of that. But I've decided to do it again, even though I have all these trees coming. I've never grown fruit trees, and I didn't know you needed certain varieties of certain things to cross-pollinate. Like I kind of thought, you get 2 of the same apple tree or 2 apple trees and they will pollinate each other. Apparently that is not true. Stark Brothers website is very informative in that way. I have not. But so by doing the Stark order, I learned a lot, and I got, varieties that would pollinate each other, but I also saved seeds, and I figure that I checked with the varieties on Stark, and those are varieties that I have. And also these seeds were free. So if I didn't have something that would cross pollinate, it's kind of like no harm, no foul. I would have a tree that just wouldn't produce fruit, and I didn't spend any money to grow it. I have not started the project yet. I've saved the seeds and I sprouted the seeds. Like I put them in the refrigerator to get them dormant and get that process started. So my apples, and I think I put a peach seed in there too. Robert would know about peach seeds. I still wanted the peach seeds. Yes, I'm so glad that you came to the live stream. I did not plan it super ahead of time. I wish I would have done it a little bit sooner, but I was like, what's a good time to do it? Should I do it? The kids are going to be kind of a nuisance, but it's like no time like the present. It's either I do it and it could be a disaster, it could be great, it could be fun, it could be loud, it could be a lot of things. I'm also having this terrible fog and this rain, and my internet is keeping up, which is fantastic. But I wasn't going to get anything if I didn't try. So I just decided, fine, I'm going to do it. And like I said, I was inspired by Janice, and I wanted to talk to you guys. I was really missing interaction, and obviously people have noticed that I haven't been around. So it's fun. It's fun to get back into things. Oh, okay. What I used for my really small ones that I just had Mike nail together a couple of like 2x4s. We just used them from our old coop, from our suburban coop, because that was a huge coop and we disassembled it and brought it down here. So I made those for free, which I'm all about that. What a great gift that would be. If someone gifted me a fruit tree, I would be like ecstatic. Something that I didn't have to start myself. I would be so happy. Why can't I have friends like that? Yes, it was wonderful. I mean, it was very challenging to have a family of 5 and a dog and chickens at his house and live our life, but it was very needed. And we wouldn't have been able to do it if we didn't live with him and get my son in school and things like that. I'm doing it, Jen. I just got to get to it. We are getting settled in. Everything that we own is now on our property, which is a fantastic feeling. We're going to be unpacking boxes for like the next 10 years, I'm sure. There's always that thing that you're like, I know we have it. I have no idea where it is. So, I mean, that's just inevitable. We have a tiny house on this property, which is great. And look at that monkey butt. Here. No? Oh, you want to play with this? Ooh. It's like a rattle. Play with it. We still have a lot of organizing, cleaning. We raised the peeps in the tiny house, so it's so dirty and dusty. That is my next project of things to do. Yeah, it's a lot to do. To have a video every day, it's a lot. It's a big undertaking. Cole, you're gonna hurt yourself. You just did that and bonked your head. Come on. So apple seeds and pear seeds and peach seeds and things like that, they have to get, I think it's called stratified or something like that. So they have to go through a cold temperature to go dormant. And then you break their dormancy and then they start to sprout. Some of the seeds will start to sprout in your refrigerator, but those certain varieties have to go dormant and have to get cold enough for long enough. So it's like 6 to 8 weeks of that cold temperature, refrigerator temperature, for them to then sprout. In case I have to quit, or in case you want to take a day off, right? Stop it. What's his birthday? Cole's is the 3rd of February. Yes, go check out the roundup last Friday. I was on Kathy's live. That was tons of fun. I did have internet issues that day, though, because I was doing it off of my phone because I had to go pick up my son. Yeah, it's great. I mean, why not? Why not try? Yes, and I put, I'm going to be doing, I did some hugelkultur pots with my berries while we were in Chicago. No, please don't crawl over here. You're going to crush your brother. With these garden beds that I just had Mike make for me that are not going to be permanent or anything like that, I did walk around with Cole while Carter was napping, and we picked up a bunch of sticks, and then I half filled it with leaves and old soil from my grow bags and stuff like that. And then the top of the bed was fresh soil that I bought. But yeah, I'm all about, I'm going to do, and I lined cardboard at the bottom of my garden beds. But all that composting and adding nutrients and things like that, I think that's awesome. I started them after the 6 to 8 weeks. I started them indoors, and I was growing them indoors under a grow light. Hey, don't open that. You're not eating it. That's candy, bro. You already got your candy for going potty. Yeah, right. Yeah, I tried to do my garden beds as cheaply as possible. And then my plan for my garden next year is to do my whole front yard. So like where my chickens are right now, that's going to be like one garden area. I'm going to do all in-ground, I think, gardening. In-ground, I say, but I'm going to do the no dig kind of Charles Dowding method. So I have the chickens in one area now, and they're pooping and scratching and doing all the things. And then I'm going to do cardboard and leaves and straw and all that stuff. Yes, free is good. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. I think I'm going to do chip drop too, and I'll just sign up for it whenever I get around to it. I wanted to do it a little while ago and I forgot, but we have plenty of room for them just to come and drop wood chips, and then I'll just let them start decomposing in my yard, even though I'm not necessarily ready for them right this second. You guys are funny. Are you raining too? Yeah, it's crazy. Lemon and orange tree. That's exciting. I got a lemon tree. I should put it outside right now. It's warm enough. My lemon tree does not look good. I need to save it.
Look.
Yeah, he's playing with it.
Why?
Because it's crinkly and it makes fun sounds. Yeah, I know, right? It happens sometimes. And I paid a lot of money for that lemon tree. I need to save it. It needs to go outside. That's what I'm going to do when I get off here. Fig tree. That's interesting. Are you trying it from a seed? Yeah, all the things. All the things. Oh, that's awesome, Jamie. Yeah, I love that everyone's trying to do that. Yes, I was having internet issues. It's something that, I mean, a lot of people, I think, in rural areas have to deal with. And it's just something that we have to deal with when we live more rurally. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, right? You're running out. Hey, come on, man. I love all the fruit. You tried a hay bale raised bed. Yeah, did you like it? Oh. The wild geese, or do you raise geese? That's so sad, Jen. I know I gifted the guy that bought my house all my berries, all my herbs, all my gardens. It's so sad when you give all that. I mean, I think that he will enjoy the berries because they're basically no maintenance. I had them all pinned up, and more will grow, but he could probably just like mow them down or whatever. I don't think that he'll use the garden beds because I don't know that he's really a gardener, but berries you can just kind of like leave to their own devices and they'll just like do whatever. That's awesome. Right. Colton, that's awesome. That's so funny. Yeah, I love herbs. I killed my rosemary in this move. It's sitting in my windowsill, just looking pathetic as all heck. That's a bummer. So I have to redo rosemary. I have my thyme growing outside. I have sage growing outside. I tried to take a cutting of our lavender from our old house, and that died. But there is a lavender plant here, so I'm really excited about that. But I have to start everything else. Oh, and I have oregano too. Oregano and chamomile. Let me see. Approach a book word for word. Oh, I have so many boxes for moving. It's like not even funny. That's one of the benefits of moving is you have lots. Some years they just don't work out, right? Yeah, furniture stores. Yeah, I hear it takes a really long time. Oh, you can't. I haven't even looked, actually. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they might not. Oh, geez, it just jumped on me. I am going to, don't do that. What if hold on. Let me know. I'm going to see if you guys can still hear me, yes? I think this boy is hungry and I need to feed him. And you guys don't need to see that. But let me go back to the comments. Yes, you can hear me. Great. Fantastic. All right, let me go back up. So I know I missed a couple of things here. You love the hay bale garden. That is something that I wanted to try. I don't know that I'll try it this year. Yeah, I live on the Cumberland Plateau, so there's a lot of. I live very close to the Appalachian Mountains, and there's all the mountain ranges are all right here. Yeah, my rosemary, I tried starting it from seed, and I couldn't get it to grow. And then I bought one, and it was growing great, and then I killed it. Oh, I totally understand, Jamie. Thank you so much for coming in if you're still around here. I've had fun. Sorry, it's been a little chaotic. It was great to see you or talk to you. I would love for you to jump up here next time. I'd love to actually see you, as I say, behind a curtain. Oops. There you go. So I would love, we haven't had a rooster before. These are our first roosters. And so I'm excited to have fertile eggs. We're hoping to get an incubator soon. I love baby chicks and baby things. And to be sustainable. I also think it would be great for our boys to incubate some eggs and just to like watch it all happen. I think that would be a really great learning experience for them, as well as I mean, that's what we got our buffs for, because we would like to have chickens that will sit on a clutch of eggs and do what they're supposed to do. But in case they don't, or they can't, or they're not being as good as they're supposed to, I want to have an incubator on hand for that reason as well. Welcome, Generational Homestead. Sorry that you're coming into this live and I'm not actually on. I'm feeding my son. But welcome in. 100% hatch rate with your quail. That is so exciting. Congratulations. Yeah, we really want to get an incubator. And we are going to do, I think, like some, I'm using the quote fingers here, selective breeding at some points. We're going to isolate breeds and things like that. But for the most part, we're going to keep a mixed flock and only separate when we want to have this selective breeding. But I think that would be tons of fun. Again, for myself, my husband, we both think that that would be fun. And I think the kids would absolutely just love it. Your turkey got broody. That's awesome. And hatched out 2 chickens. That's so funny. I guess to them, an egg's an egg's an egg, right? I guess a turkey is not too heavy for a chicken egg to withstand being sat on. I don't know if that's like a thing. Like some eggs are stronger for heavier birds or something. I don't know. I'm probably making something up. Oh, that's so exciting, Ashley. That is so exciting. Have you not had chicks before? I see. Yeah. Okay. I would think that like a smaller bird would have a more delicate, thinner egg. But chicken eggs must be close enough to a turkey egg or a duck egg, you know, kind of, they're fairly similar in size. I've thought about raising quail, but we just want so many things. And since we're starting out from scratch, we have to be very selective on what we actually do next year. We want to do all the things, but we can't do all the things. Oh, geez, Louise, kid. You happy now? Back. Hello. Yeah, we want all the things. We want to try all the things, but we have to be really careful with how much we try to undertake in this first year. Well, yeah, I mean, my chickens will crack. Like, I swear they just kick the eggs. There will be like a puncture hole in their eggshell. And I'm like, what do you think? It's a soccer ball? What are you doing? And none of my chickens are young. So it wasn't like a thinner shell or anything. Planning on chicks and 2 favorite pigs in the spring. Maybe a couple ducks. That's so exciting. So yeah, I want 2 feeder pigs as well next year. That's on our, we have all the land. Oh, baby, you can't do that. You're going to break it. We have all the land that we could ever need. We just need infrastructure and time, knowledge. I don't want to, be starting all the things all at once. Yeah. Our older girls are just going to live out their lives. They're more of a pet than anything. I want to get, I think, I'll get one Kuni Kuni and one IPP, I think, are the two feeder pigs that I want to try. And I want to get two because I want to kind of test their temperament. Excuse me. I want to check both of their temperaments and both of their rooting and then I want to see what their meat is like. You know, I've heard that Kuni Kunis have a more marbled meat. And people kind of refer to it more like it's like a beefier pork, if that makes any sense, because of that marbling. Oh no, that's so terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. What, infrastructure or pigs? Yeah, you were thinking Kuni Kuni. There's so many Kuni Kunis around here. I see on our local Facebook, like farm trading group, Kuni Kunis are everywhere. And they're supposed to be good pasture pigs too. Yeah, pasture animals. We do want some rooting because we want to put them in the woods, and we want them to clear out like our overbrush basically. But I don't want them digging huge wallows or anything like that. Yeah, the Stivers have the Kuni Kunis. Infrastructure. Yeah. Yes, that is number one. Got to protect your investment. Got to protect your animals. Got to protect your meat. Got to do all the things. So I asked this question because I'm totally ignorant. Like, what do you consider expensive for a Kuni Kuni? I've never bought livestock animals except for chickens. So I don't know what you would consider expensive for a feeder. I also don't know, maybe you guys can answer this question. When you buy an animal as a feeder, whether it be like a steer, I think steers, they do price differently, but when you're buying pork or when you're buying a pig, do they market separately for a feeder pig? And I would assume that they would market it differently than an intact, or do they only sell females for feeding, or do they castrate males and sell those as feeders as well? I don't know. Okay, so $250 to $400 is like the going rate for them, or that's expensive. How long do they take to grow out? I thought, here, it looks like you're about to tell me right now. We can buy a meat feeder pig for $40 and they are ready as food in 4 to 5 months. Yeah, I thought it was about 4 to 5 months. Wow, $40 and Janice's are going for $250 to $400. Yo. Regular feeder pigs are way cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. I generational homestead. I did not know that you had a fire. That's devastating. Okay. Would there be any reason why someone would want an uncastrated, or I mean, would want a castrated male pig? Like, you know, for goats, they would just be like a companion goat because they are companion animals. Are pigs the same way? Like, would you want to keep a castrated male around, or is it only good for a feeder? This is great information, guys. Thank you. Yes, big difference. Big difference. I would like 2 pigs next year. And then we'll have all those birds, all those chickens. We're going to have lots of eggs. I absolutely loved water glassing our eggs this past year. I tried that for the first time. I had 3-gallon jugs, and each one of them had like 30 something eggs in them. And I absolutely loved it. I had never done it before, and I'm already out of them. And so I had like 100 eggs, which is not a lot for a family of 4 eaters. What's wrong? But I also did it for our move because I knew that they were going to be really stressed out about our move and stop laying. Kuni Kunis take a year to grow. Wow. If they're not castrated, they get a tainted meat. I'm sorry, I'm not. Thank you so much for coming, Homestead Aquarius. It is so great to see you. Sorry I have been a little absent. Have had a lot going on. I'm hoping to have a lot of uncastrated can taste bad. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, I plan on castrating, water glassing lots of eggs next year. Making me nervous. But I loved the water glassing eggs. I loved having them on hand. I did try, because in my video I said that you can't hard boil them or cook them over easy, and I decided to try it anyway, and they blew up trying to hard boil them. And then I did the over easy, and sometimes when you crack a water glassed egg, the yolk is already broken inside of the shell. So obviously that was not going to work as an over easy egg. It's just like a weird consistency thing. The shell is different. And some of the yolks were already broken. and they just kind of tasted a little bit more like watery, I think. So it's not that you can't cook an egg over easy. It's just not, you're not going to get a fresh over easy egg. Or you might not get an over medium egg even if your yolk is already cracked. It's just not something you can depend on. But I definitely suggest, if you're thinking about it at all, I see some people saying that they want to try it. I definitely suggest it. It was so easy. And to have these eggs on hand, I used them in baking. I did use them as scrambled eggs. I didn't think that they tasted like funky or anything like that. I only had like 3 eggs go bad, and I did 3 gallons of them. I only had like 3 eggs go bad. Are you getting tired again or something? And that was because of our move. I think in the move, one of them cracked. And then it kind of turned all the liquid in that jar yuck. So like when I opened it, I immediately knew that something was bad in there. And then I just went through and pulled every egg out until I found the cracked ones. I think a couple of them cracked actually. And then I threw out the cracked ones, and all the other eggs I just put in another jar of the pickling or the lime solution, and they were totally fine. Yeah, it was Ashley that said that. Janice, thank you so much for coming. Go do what you got to do, girl. Hope to see you again. As decor, yeah, right? And it looks like it's like a snow globe. I wasn't sure if that was, since I was new to it too, I wasn't sure if all that settling to the bottom was like, I was like, did I not mix it in enough? Did I do something wrong? Alas, it was good. It was fine. I Googled it and saw many people were like, don't worry, don't freak out about it. But yeah, it looks kind of like a snow globe. It's fun. And it does look beautiful, especially if you have a colorful assortment of eggs. I would not be able to keep all those eggs on my counter. I don't have that much counter space. But it is a beautiful process. And when we had these eggs, I used them when we moved, and they got so stressed out that they stopped laying. The yolks, they were spring eggs that I water glassed. I would highly suggest you do all the water glassing in the spring. That's when they're getting all that fresh, delicious, beautiful grass, and it's abundant because it's springtime. They get those great orange yolks. You can totally tell the difference. When I cracked that first egg, I was like, oh my God, look at that gorgeous yolk. This is totally a spring egg. These are all spring eggs. Oh, yay, we get these beautiful yolks again. So that was fun to see, and totally worth it. Yeah, the only downfall that I would say with water glassing is it does, I had 3-gallon jars. And so if you don't have a lot of like pantry space or cabinet space or storage space, that could be an issue. I have not tried pickling eggs. I've never tried one. I do want to try it. I've also never really been a big fan of pickling things and pickles. I make pickles because I'm the only person in my family that doesn't like pickles. But I have over the years gotten to enjoy pickles more. But I do kind of want to try a pickled egg, and I kind of want to make it spicy. I was watching that 1870s Homestead, and she did like a spicy pickled egg, like a pub egg. And that looked really, really good. yeah, like I guess I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and try it. How long when you pickle eggs? How long do they have to be in that brine? Ooh, and I love deviled eggs. Love deviled eggs. And you make deviled eggs out of pickled eggs. Now that sounds pretty interesting. I would have to try that. I would definitely do that. That sounds yummy. Can you share your toys with him? He's trying to reach for that, man.
No, but he can play.
Yes, he can. You can share.
Well, I know this.
Oh, you're such a nice brother. Such a nice brother. So yeah, we're gonna have lots of eggs. We're gonna have lots of, I call them my gardeners. I'm gonna hope that the chickens can help me. Another one for the pickled deviled egg. Definitely gotta try that. I'm hoping that the chickens can help me not only in their manure and stuff like that, but in scratching. I started some compost piles in the chicken yard. I made rings and I'm starting compost. And I know I'm going into winter and it's like not time to compost. My husband was like, what's the point of even trying to start this right now? It's winter. It's not going to compost. And now we've had a week of rain and all that has gotten nice and wet and stuff like that. I'm like, it's not going to harm us to start it now. We have all this chick bedding and we have all these leaves and we have all these, the old plants that I had in my grow bags. Like we have all this stuff. I might as well throw it into this little compost ring. And I'm kind of hoping that it's kind of like a twofold thing in the chicken yard. For one, I'm hoping that it might actually heat up a little bit, like when we're having these really mild temperatures, it might actually start to decompose a little bit. It might create a little bit of warmth for the chickens. But I have already noticed in just the week that I've had these compost rings in there that my chickens do come around the sides of them and kind of like peck. It's just like chicken wiring. Can you give him a toy, please? He wants one of your toys. Can you share one of your toys, please? They're getting bugs out of there or something, like. And I use my worms year round. I used to, yeah, exactly. I'm like, why not start it now? It's going to start doing something. All this rain is feeding it. This warm temperature is feeding it. Thank you. Someone is agreeing with me. Yeah, love it. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I never throw out an eggshell. I either give them back to my chickens or I give them to my worms. And both of, I use the worm compost for my gardens. I use the chicken bedding and manure for my gardens. I'm all about the composting. And I don't throw anything out. All our food scraps go to our chickens. Things that my chickens won't eat go to the worms. There's nothing that doesn't get eaten around here. And then all of our other scraps go in our freezer that we want to consume. Or not necessarily consume, but use. By making broths. I actually just finished a broth now, and I'm going to make a soup with some of the broth. And then I have not canned anything since I moved here. I really need, I need to can some beans. When I just did that zesty chicken video, I didn't have any black beans. didn't have, the only beans I think I have are pre-made chili beans that I made up, which I love having on hand. And then I had 2 cans of garbanzo beans. And I'm like, I need to can some beans. I have so much broth I need to make and clear out some space in my freezer. I could just make broth probably every day because I let it go for like 3 days. Every 3 days I could start a new broth if I wanted to, but then I would never be able to use my crock pot. And I like to use my crock pot. I don't know specifically if we have chicken hawks. I think all hawks will probably attack a chicken. And we have trees all around our property, but we don't have any trees around our house. So like my chickens are never underneath like a tree that a hawk could sit in to come down and like nab them. They are also my girls are very timid about aerial predators. I'm seeing more crows, which are also a good deterrent of hawks, I believe, because they're kind of like similar in size. I'm glad that your chicken lived, but that would be, that must have been a sight to see and totally terrifying. Eagle size. Jeez Louise. I don't know what I would do if I saw one of my birds being picked up by another bird or something like that. I would probably run out of the house screaming and running after said bird. But we do have eagles here because we're right off the Tennessee River. Yeah, I pasture raise my chickens, but I don't free range them. They always have shelter. They're always in a fenced in area, but we're always going to have a mobile coop now. Ashley, thank you so much for coming by. This has been, wow. It's been so fun talking to you. I've not, the only chicken hawk that I know of is foghorn leghorn. Isn't the little thing that goes after foghorn leghorn a chicken hawk? But he's just a little guy. They are probably very big birds. Yeah. And we did free range in our suburban property. Like they had their static coop, but we would like let them out in our backyard, but it was like a fenced in suburban backyard. And they were only out for like 20 minutes and then we put them away. Yeah, the little baby chicken hawk. That's the only reference I have to a chicken hawk is from that. I don't know what I would. Well, we have eagles, so I guess I would do the same thing that I do with the eagle, is I just look at it and go, "Dang, that's a big bird."
Some hot chocolate.
Some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hot chocolate.
All right. Well, I can't believe that I have been gabbing for almost 2 hours now. Thank you all so much for don't keep the foot down. It has been a great time chatting with you all. I I don't know that I am skilled enough on my camera that I can catch these eagles. I don't see them like perching or anything in it anywhere around us, but I can see them flying overhead, and I'm not skilled enough with my camera to zoom in enough. But I could try. My dad could probably get some images because he lives on the lake of eagles. I'll try that. But all right, it has been so great seeing you all, meeting new friends like Destiny. Thank you so much. It has been great talking to you. Generational Homestead, thank you so much. And I will plan another one of these, and it hopefully won't be such a pop-up. But I appreciate you all for coming. Please hit that like, and I will see you guys around. Thank you so much. Forget you. Hey, I was trying to be nice.